Sometimes the big things come in small packages, and this looks like a small version of the Radion, John. What is this?
So this is the Radion XR15 Pro. This is our newest LED fixture for the reef tanks, and basically it is essentially half of a Radion XR30 Pro. You know, it's really designed for tanks that are 24 inches or smaller.
Okay.
You know, that really want to use the features and get the coloration of the Radion, but have smaller tanks and really want to get the full package. So it works really well for them. Or also for people who have kind of odd tank sizes, if they want to really spread out the LEDs a little bit more, they have the ability to do that with the XR15.
And it looks like it's sitting on some kind of arm mount too.
It is, yeah. This is our new Radion RMS. Our R&D team worked hard on this to try and come up with something that worked on not only a variety of different tanks, but really looked good too. So this is the RMS, and we have it for both the Radion XR15 and the XR30s.
And this is a rimless tank, but it'll work on a tank with a rim or trim as well?
Yep, absolutely. A rimless tank or a tank with a trim. And if you want to walk over here, I can show you something else that we have.
Sure.
All right.
What is this, John?
So this is the larger version of the RMS. It has not been released yet, and this is something we're working on for the next few months. But this allows you to basically put multiple Radions over your tank using the RMS on both sides and a long arm to hold all of them.
So we can slide the Radions down wherever we want.
You can slide them back and forth. You can turn them sideways if you want.
Oh, you can just rotate them around?
Yep, rotate them. So, for somebody who has like a Eurobrace tank, this is a really great solution for that.
It looks like you guys got plenty of play here. It can extend out pretty far for
yeah.
any type of tank.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you have this, multiple RMS system, you can actually take that off. And the lights just rest on here. So, it really works for a variety of different tanks and, different applications. And it also looks nice.
It's always important. I know people have always asked me about how do I get these things mounted. This is a great way to do it. It's easy, plug and play right out of the box. High-tech lights? Check. Sleek mounting system for these lights? Check. Now what about something that appears to be more basic, but is still high-tech? Real Reef Rock is the original man-made rock, guys, and here at MACNA it's the USA debut of their 4th generation rock. And I am here with Gareth. Gareth, 4th generation. The first thing I'm just noticing is this stuff is really light compared to the other models.
We've been working hard to make it at least 20 to 25% lighter. We want to make it as close to the real thing as possible. The only issue that we may have had prior was the rock was being categorized as being maybe a little heavier than wild rock, so we constantly are trying to work towards making it closer to the real thing.
One thing people I hear say about this rock is, well, it's painted so you've plugged up the pores. Is that true?
Not true at all. The difference between our rock and others, we use a water-based pigment which only penetrates a small part of the surface. It does not block the pores at all. It's not epoxy, it's not acrylic, it's a biodegradable dye. If you compare that to an acrylic or an epoxy, that does create a coating on the outside of the rock. This doesn't do that. And we don't cover the whole thing in color. We do leave a lot of open area where it's just the virgin material. We're constantly trying to make it look like the real thing. And live rock is not purple all the way through. It doesn't need to be dyed all the way through. This is a rock designed for aquarium use by aquarists with many, many years of experience.
Now, what kind of stuff goes into man-made rock?
We have pure ingredients. We have oolitic aragonite sand, calcite, aragonite. We use some seashells, and we have a few magic ingredients that we can't tell anybody what's in there.
You sure? You got some extra change?
I'm afraid not.
So Gareth, this looks like a pretty standard kind of size and shape of live rock. Do you all have different styles that you can get?
We sure do. This is the main type of rock that we sell. It's our regular real reef. We also have a branch style rock, which is based on a tonga branch taken from wild pieces. We actually made molds of those pieces, so it replicates the real thing because it is the real thing.
Okay.
And then we also have shelf rock, which are completely flat pieces, ideal for making shells for placing corals in your aquarium, or if you wanted to place clams on the base of your aquarium if you don't have a sand base. But this particular, the main type of rock we have, the regular rock, every piece is different. We don't use molds in this at all. When the retail store buying a box of rock from us, they have the ability to order small, medium, large, extra large, whatever their application requires.
Okay.
They have full control over what they need. They may need small pieces for small tanks, big pieces for large installs. but you can have the full variety of regular rock, shelf, and branch and make a perfect aquascape.
It's worked before, it's worked in my clients' tanks. I'm definitely impressed with what I see. Good work.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Gareth. Where there's rock, there's fish, and where there's fish food, but with a twist. As saltwater tank hobbyists, when it comes to fish food, we often think about how much do we feed, and we want to avoid feeding too much. But I'm here with Dr. Tim, and you're telling me there's things about fish food that I haven't been thinking of that are a real concern to us.
Right, Mark. Most fish food, well, all flakes and pellets, have starch and flours in them. That's the binder that is used to get the fish the good stuff. But fish don't digest binders. They don't digest starch at all. Feeding a lot of starch causes fatty livers, it causes indigestion, stringy poop. It's really actually bad for the fish.
Interesting. And this food, you said, is different because it doesn't have any starches.
Right, what we've done is come up with our beneficial powdered gel, which eliminates all the starch. It's gluten-free. It doesn't have any of the wheat and corn flours.
Okay.
But it has all the good stuff, the nutrients, the multiple vitamin sources, energy sources, and it's very simple. If you can boil water, you can use this product.
So you boil water, we actually prepare this food. How do we do that?
To prepare this food, you would boil, say for this pouch, 2 ounces of water.
Okay.
You would open up the pouch. There's a stirrer in there. You'd empty the contents into the boiling water, stir it for 2 minutes, and then pour it into a mold such as this that we have.
Okay.
And then you take that mold and you put it in the freezer for 2 hours. Also, what you can do, this is totally customizable. You have a fish you want to get medicated, you can add antibiotics to it. You can add your favorite seaweed to it if you want to. You have a whole range of things that you can do with this fish food depending on the type of fish you keep.
And I know a lot of times I've bought live copepods in a bottle. I forget about them. They die out. I feel like it's wasted. I could strain them out and put them in the
Exactly.
food.
You could strain it out, put it right in there when you're mixing up the food, and the food will last 1 or 2 months in the freezer.
Now, what about when I put it in my tank? What happens?
When you put it in the tank, your fish are going to attack it. Believe me, even if you haven't fed this before, they will sense this and they will tear it apart. If it were to, the chunk were to drop to the bottom, it will stay that way. It does not melt into this mass that nobody eats. So it's not going to just be polluting your tank.
How long will it stay there?
At least 2 or 3 days.
Days?
Yes.
So you could literally feed it and let it kind of automatically fish food.
If your fish weren't to eat
don't
it. But I guarantee you, your fish are going to eat this.
Okay, so this is a food that's actually giving the fish the nutrition they need because it has probiotics, right?
It has real probiotics, lactobacillus, which is the bacteria you want. These probiotics are proven to work with fish.
So it's not just any probiotics, it's the probiotics that actually work.
Right. The probiotics is this big thing, and people want to talk about, oh, I've got probiotics. You actually have to do the research. Marine fish have a different intestinal tract and need different probiotics than freshwater fish.
Okay.
And you need the right bacteria, which is what this has.
So we talked a lot about fish food. We have to feed our fish. Fish produce waste. Our tanks are closed systems. Using your waste-away bacteria, I've had great results with that with cyanobacteria and getting sludge out of tanks. Now you have a new way to use the waste-away?
Right. As with any product, there are always drawbacks. And the drawback with the waste-away bacteria is because it's so potent, it's easy to overdose, 1. And 2, you really want to be adding bacteria all the time. You've got to remember to add it. And if you don't add it, it doesn't do anything for you.
Right.
So what we've done is we've actually taken the bacteria and waste-away and we've put them in this polymer. And this polymer is designed specifically so that the water can only enter at a fixed rate.
Okay.
And as the water comes in, it pushes the bacteria out. And you drop this in your tank or in your sump, and over 30 days, this is going to release bacteria 24/7 into your water.
So you can't overdose it.
You cannot overdose it, and you don't have to remember every day to dose. You do have to remember, it'll change colors.
Okay.
So this bright blue will go to kind of a tannish white.
You
We
throw it
tell you
out.
that it's out, you take it out, you throw it away, you put a new one in. So it's eliminated even the downsides to our own bacteria. Now what I would say is if you have an algae mess, you really need to clean things up, you would use our liquid to get it to the good, to a nice point. Then for maintenance, you would use this.
Of course, read the instructions, don't overdose it.
Yes, you have to read these instructions, start out slow and build up. But once you've cleaned up the tank, you can go to this, and it's completely non-toxic, the bacteria in there. The gel does not dissolve. You don't want that to happen because that would just pollute your water.
So Dr. Tim, you always like your stuff, one, because it works, two, you got research to back it up. This is science-based solutions.
Right.
I'm definitely going to try the fish food. I like the waste away when I need it for the tank. Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you. Nice to see you, Mark.